Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. I just want to say a massive thank you for helping me reach 1k. I know it's not like a huge amount, but it was my first kind of like milestone, so I'm really grateful. I never thought that I would reach 1k, so thank you for sticking with me. Today I thought I'd treat you guys to a Blu-ray haul. These are always my videos that do really well, and I know you guys absolutely love them. I have a huge stack of Blu-rays here to get through and show you, so let's crack on. All of these are secondhand, none of these I've bought new. So the first lot I will show you, actually I received from my auntie and uncle. I went round their house to see them and my auntie was like, oh, we're selling all our Blu-rays, and I was like, absolutely not, you need to let me have a look at what ones you've got so I can take them. So I literally have maybe like 15-20 Blu-rays that she was just giving away, and it ended up that she was having difficulty selling them anyway, so I've got those. And then I also have about 5 or 6 that I chose myself. I went to CEX and bought a few. So I'll start with the ones I acquired from my aunt and uncle. Thanks guys, I really appreciate it. Some really cool stuff in here. And what I love about acquiring Blu-rays is that some of these I probably wouldn't have bought myself. Maybe if I'd seen them as super cheap, but I've got some box sets here and some stuff that I like but wouldn't think to buy. So let's get on with it. The first thing I'm really happy to show you is this Sylvester Stallone Rocky box set. So I don't know how many we have in here. We've got Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then Rocky Balboa. I've actually only seen the first one as well, so now I own these, I'm definitely going to get going and watch them all. It comes in this really cool like sleeve as well. I really enjoy this. It's simple to look at, not the most amazing Blu-ray box ever, but I really like it for its simplicity. I love this cover as well. So that's the first one I have, and yeah, like I said, I needed like a push to watch the rest of the Rocky franchise, so this will definitely give me that. The next box set I have here is the Jurassic Park collection. Now this came out when there was only one Jurassic World film, but to be honest with you, I'm not mad about that anyway because I don't really like Jurassic World 2 and 3. So the ones I own in here are probably the only ones I'd want to own, so it's nice to have them contained in a little box. So if I pull these out for you and show you, of course we have the Jurassic Park Original Ultimate Trilogy, and then we have the first Jurassic World as well, which I actually really enjoy. I know it's not everybody's favourite, but I really like it. It's like my second or third favourite in the franchise, probably third. So yeah, this is in really good nick as well. She kept good care of these, so I'm really excited to have this. And I really want to watch the Jurassic Park trilogy, like rewatch them, so I'm really glad I have this. Next, we have another box set, and this is like... I'll show you. So we have the X-Men box set, and this is the only one that I feel a bit weird about because it's not complete, and I do really want to own some of these, but when I show you what I have got, you'll be pleased for me nonetheless. So we have X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, and the Wolverine. So they're just in a little box like this, all in their little individual sort of cases. And yeah, we are missing like Days of Future Past. We're missing a couple that I don't like as well. But I still, you know, it was free, it was being given to me, so I thought I would take it anyway. I hated Dark Phoenix, so I probably wouldn't want to own that anyway. And then of course, like the Deadpool ones and stuff aren't in here. But this is really cool. I love the cover art and I'm really glad to own these. Whenever I fancy an X-Men film, I normally have to watch it on Disney+, so I'm now really glad that I have these on Blu-ray so I can watch them whenever I please. The next box set is a trilogy and it is a guilty pleasure of mine. I think they're making a 4th one now, which makes this super annoying because I don't feel like we need a 4th one. But let me know down below what you think. I am talking about Bridget Jones's Diary. Guilty pleasure, switch your brain off fun. These are chick flicky rom-coms, but I believe they really work. The first one is my favourite, and I kind of go down in enjoyment for all of them, but even Bridget Jones' Baby I really enjoy. If I ever want to rewatch or like visit Bridget, I always go for like 1 or 2, but now I own the 3rd one, I probably will check that out a little bit more. I always, on a Sunday especially, I just want to switch my brain off and watch something comforting and fun, and these always hit the nail on the head for me. I really enjoy the Bridget Jones trilogy. I love Renée Zellweger in the role, and they're just harmless fun really, so I'm glad I have these as part of my collection. So in here we have a couple of like DVDs that I've got So maybe there's like a trilogy and I've only got the first two, but it's super helpful to have those anyway. The first example of this is Unbreakable and Glass. Glass hasn't even been opened, so like how cool is that? Obviously I am missing Split here, and I really do want to own Split, so whenever I see that you know, for sale in a charity shop or something, I will definitely pick it up, and then I already have the trilogy. Unbreakable I absolutely freaking love. It's one of my favourite M. Night Shyamalan films, so I'm really happy to own this. And when it comes to Glass, I do have mixed feelings, but I feel like I sort of enjoy it a little bit more than most. I really dislike the ending, but the rest of it I do enjoy, and it is one I occasionally do want to rewatch. So I'm really happy to own these, especially Unbreakable. Again, I can only find this on Disney+, so I'm so happy to own it. The second example of this is the Maze Runner and the Maze Runner The Scorch Trials. I absolutely love the first Maze Runner. I think it's a really good adaptation of the book. I love all the acting in it. Dylan O'Brien and Thomas Brodie Sangster in particular are fabulous, and I really enjoy the world building. It kind of falls off for me on like the second and third installments, so it would take a lot for me to pick up the third one. Maybe if I saw it for just like £1 or $1 or something, I would go for it. But now I have these two, I'm like, I'm a completionist, so I feel like I really need to buy the third one. But we'll see. If it ever comes to me, I will pick it up, but I won't be going like out of my way, you know? So these are like a really fun YA dystopian franchise. Nowhere near as good as like the Hunger Games. I do prefer them to Divergent though. I feel like these are like in the middle of the road when it comes to the YA dystopian book adaptations. I will be rewatching the first one 100%. Like Bridget Jones, it's a bit of a comfort for me. So yeah, not like the most excited about having these in my collection, but I will keep hold of them. I am looking forward to rewatching the first one. So next I have a really cool edition of Legend, the Tom Hardy film where he plays the Krays. I've only seen this once and I did actually really enjoy it a lot more than most people. So I would like to rewatch this now I'm a little bit older and I'm a little bit more seasoned with my like films. It's got, I don't know if you can see the cover, but it's one that kind of like changes. I can't remember the name for that off the top of my head. But yeah, the slipcase is in really good nick. And then it's got that front cover when you take the slip cover off. And one thing that I haven't mentioned yet that I really like about Blu-rays is having all the special features. I'll only really check them out for films I'm super duper interested in. But if I've ever got like a spare half an hour to an hour, I always check out like the special features. Let me know if you do the same. I think I'll rewatch this one soon to see what I think, but this is a really beautiful edition and I absolutely love Tom Hardy, so yay for Legend. So let's talk about disaster films. It is not a subgenre I am absolutely in love with. I do think it has some gems, and there's a couple I need to rewatch and there's a couple that are like more classic that I do enjoy. But my favourite modern example of this was in my auntie's collection and I decided to steal it off her. I am talking about White House Down. So this has got Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx in it, and I think it's a young Joey King in the role of daughter as well. Let me have a look. I think she's in it. Is she in it? Someone tell me if I've got the right film. But I watched this years and years ago, like probably when it first came out. So this is another one I really want to rewatch as well. It's really formulaic and it's not anything different from your like usual disaster films. But I do think it has like a human edge to it that I really enjoyed, so I'm intrigued to go back to this one, revisit it and see if I think the same. Next, judge me all you like, but the movie I'm about to show you is one of my favourite, I don't want to say favourite of all time, but it's one that I always want to rewatch whenever I need like a pick-me-up or a good cry, and it's one that everyone in my family really enjoys as well, and we like to watch it together. I am talking about Bradley Cooper's A Star Is Born. I am a huge Lady Gaga fan, so when this first came out I went to the cinema like 3 times to see it, and I hadn't seen any of the other like the first movies of this either, so I didn't know that he died and I didn't really know what it was about apart from the fact they're musicians, and oh my god, I was in absolute tears the first time I saw this. Oh, is that a mark or is that supposed to be there? I need to give some of these a good clean. But anyway, I really like this black and white slipcover, and it's the same underneath, I believe, as well. It's got a Blu-ray and digital download, and I do believe we've got some cool special features to do with the music as well. I love the songs in this. Bradley Cooper, I think he's a fantastic director, actor, and I can't imagine anyone else in this role. His chemistry with Lady Gaga is absolutely fantastic, and I just fell in love with both of the characters in this. I love this edition, I love the slipcover, and I can't wait to just endlessly rewatch this. So I've got two more to show you that I got from my auntie, and they're both of a similar theme, so I'll show you them both together. My journey with war films is... it's a tricky one. There are some I love, there are some I don't like, but whenever a war film comes out, I do kind of think, oh, because I find it quite overdone. But the ones in the genre that I do like, I really, really like, and the two that I've got here are two of my favourites. So the first one is Hacksaw Ridge, and as it says on the front, this did win a few awards, and Andrew Garfield in this is just absolutely fantastic. This has got like a really humanist element to it that I really like. He's kind of like a pacifist in it, and I just really enjoy just the human nature side of it. The performances are fantastic, the action is gripping, and this has really, really high stakes as well. So I definitely want to rewatch this one soon. It's been a minute since I watched it. The other war-based film I have now in my collection is Fury. So this is a Brad Pitt film. I believe it has like a really stacked cast. Yeah, we've got like Logan Lerman in here, Shia LaBeouf. Who else do we have? Michael Pena, John Bernthal. It's just a really, really good one. And if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you all have, but this is kind of just set on the tank. So all the characters in the movie are stationed in a tank. It's got really good stakes, it takes the time to develop its characters, and it's got really good action too. I really enjoy this one. The thing with like films like this is that I don't expect to enjoy them. So when I watch a war film, because my partner absolutely loves them, it's his favourite genre. So whenever he wants to show me a war film, I'm like, oh God. But Fury I watched alone, and Hacksaw Ridge was one of the ones he showed me. So I am really keen to have these, and I know he's happy that I've got these as well. Okay, so that is all of the ones I picked up from my auntie and uncle. Again, thank you guys for that. I've just got a few left, and these are ones I found myself. I bought these in CEX, which, if you're not aware, it's a shop in the UK that like buys and resells secondhand electronics like computers, laptops, phones, and it also buys and resells used physical media as well. So CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K, Xbox, PlayStation games, all of that fun stuff. So I always go in there and check out what they've got on offer for Blu-ray. When you see the bargains in this pile, you're gonna literally want to get your ass down there immediately. So the first one I picked up, and I have got the prices on these, is Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, for just £1.50. I'm a big fan of Tim Burton. I do think he's got a couple of misses, but I really, really enjoy this one. It's one of my favourite musicals. I absolutely love all the songs in it. I think this is Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter at their very best. I love the gothic nature of it all, and I love London, so the fact this is set in London is a bonus. Just like the gothic London old imagery, I absolutely love it. Jamie Campbell-Bower is fantastic in this too. I think this is the first time I ever saw him in a movie, and I have loved him since. So that is the first one I picked up. The second is like, oh, it's not my favourite case. This is one of my favourite films of all time, like generally, so I would like to have a better edition of this, but it was £2. I had to pick it up. I am talking about The Social Network. I don't need to go into why The Social Network is such an amazing film. I know you guys already know it is, and it's not my favourite poster of all time, but like for now, whilst I'm building up my collection, it will do absolutely fine. All the discs in here are in really good nick, and it's a 2-disc one as well. I believe it has one with special features on it, so this is a film that I'd really, really want to check out the special features for. I love David Fincher, I just love him. I love Andrew Garfield in this role, I love Jesse Eisenberg, and I rewatched this a lot. So now I'm really glad to have it on Blu-ray as part of my collection. The next one I picked up is Burn After Reading. I picked this up for only £1.50. I wouldn't say this is my favourite Coen Brothers film, like by a long shot, but it is one I seem to enjoy a lot more than everybody else, and I do find one of their most underrated. Whenever I ask people like what their favourite Coen Brothers film is, they never say this, and a lot of people haven't even seen this one. It is a weird film. It's like a comedic entry for them, but I really like how kind of... I don't want to spoil it. I think this is one that you guys need to watch. It's a quirky sort of comedy, but I really enjoy it. We've got Brad Pitt, Frances McDormand, John Malkovich, George Clooney, Tilda Swinton. Like, there's so many good people in this film. It's really fun. It has like, you know, the Coen Brothers like crimey sort of stuff that you'd expect, but it does have like a fun edge to it that I really enjoy. Just 2 more left. Thanks for sticking with me. The first one, oh, I'll leave the most exciting one for last. So, not the most exciting of the whole pack, just out of the two I've got left, trust. So, this one I picked up for just £1, and that is Deliver Us from Evil. You guys all freaking know that I'm a horror girly. Any horror film that I see on Blu-ray, I'm gonna probably pick it up if it's cheap enough. Deliver Us from Evil is also one of my guilty pleasures. Like, if you look at the ratings for this on Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, whatever you use, the ratings are going to be low. And then you'll see me just giving it 3.5, 3 stars. It's one of the first, like, proper scary horror films I ever watched, and it has stayed with me. I really like the performance from Eric Bana, and the side performance, what's that guy called? The one that always freaks me out, Sean Harris. He is playing the villain in this, and oh my god, it made me actually scared of that actor when I first saw this. And then he was in Possum, and it just, yeah, it completely threw me. But I think he's really versatile, and I really like him in everything I've seen him in. It's got mentions of The Doors, which are a band I really, really like, and this one actually genuinely freaks me out even to this day. I don't know how scary it is, but it more just makes me remember how scared of it I was when I was young. And yeah, this is just one that I always want to like revisit. I actually showed my partner and he liked it too. So yeah, I'm glad to have this in my collection. Judge all you will, but I am a Deliver Us from Evil apologist. And the last one, this one's having a little bit of a resurgence at the moment, which I am so happy about. That being said, I managed to pick this up for £1 and I was super, super, super surprised. So I am not a comedy girl. It's not my least favourite genre, but it's the one I'm most reluctant to visit because I do feel like comedy is really subjective and I'm not a fan of like immature, crude sort of comedy all the time. One comedy that I absolutely fell in love with when I watched it and have watched it like 2 or 3 times since. Crazy Stupid Love. Oh my god, I absolutely love this film. And for £1 in a perfect slip cover, like, what a freaking bargain. What makes me enjoy this one more than the average rom-com is the performances. We've got Ryan Gosling in here, Steve Carell, Emma Stone, Julianne Moore, is Kevin Bacon in it, or did I completely make that up? Yeah, he is. And it's good all the way through, but that final like 15 to 20 minutes when all the reveals happen and oh, it's just absolutely chaotic and crazy and absolutely hilarious in the best way possible. I may think that out of all the rom-coms that I've ever seen, I think this one might have actually been the one that made me laugh out loud the most. That's just off the top of my head, but I do have a soft spot for this one, and when me and my partner are having like a lazy day, this is always one we want to rewatch. More so him than me because he's more of a rewatcher than I am. But yeah, perfect condition and just a guilty pleasure of mine. I really like this one. So thank you for watching. Again, thank you for helping me reach 1k. I'm super excited about that. If you're new-ish to my channel, a lot of you asked me to do like an entire Blu-ray collection, and I kind of have. So if you look in the playlist that this video is in, I've only done 2 Blu-ray videos before, and in those 2 videos are all of the Blu-rays I own in my collection. So if you watch all 3 now of my Blu-ray videos, you will see my whole collection. So definitely watch those if you haven't seen them already. Thanks for all your support, and let me know out of all the films I've showed you today, which ones are your favourite. Take care guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.